Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Great, great. I'll be here in a minute. Is the music too loud or is this fine? Okay, hello, hello. Get comfy. This is a little stream, a little live we're doing. Gonna talk about a lot of things. So yeah, still waiting to see if there are people joining, and then we'll start shortly.
Arcada Studio, éditeur de jeux de société hybrides vocaux. Speak with your game.
Hello, and thanks for the thanks for the follow, Kill Fissel. Thank you, thank you. We're gonna start soon. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start right now. How are you guys? Hello, everyone. So little stream today, little English only stream today. We've been doing some lives and streams in the past. Wasn't really like, how to say, it wasn't easy to do when we're doing both French and English in the same stream. So what we're trying to do now is, yesterday I did a French only stream. I knew I wasn't gonna talk English, even though people still came in. And I know, like, maybe one of you guys tonight will be the guy that said hello yesterday, and to whom I said we're doing it French only. And tonight we're doing obviously English only. So just trying new little things, testing the waters, seeing what's really a good choice and what's not. So yeah. We're going to do a lot of things in the stream. First of all, we're going to review the Kickstarter page because what's going on is crazy insane. You guys are like really helping us and really backing this project, this Kickstarter project, Light and Darkness. So thank you a lot. And so we'll do a review of the Kickstarter page, I think. I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait. I'm going to look at you guys. My eyes. There's some trouble with the green screen. So yeah, we'll do a review of the Kickstarter page to start. Then we'll talk a bit if you have questions or if people have, some things they wanted to say. Also, going to talk about stretch goals because I think that's an important thing. And after that, we'll do a little tier list where we'll rank the monsters in the base Irune game. So Irune and also the heroic expansion. We'll rank those monsters and not really in terms of gameplay, but also in terms of like what I like and what you guys like. So don't hesitate to actually share your feelings about the monsters when we'll do that. And yeah, you are currently 5 on the stream, so thank you, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. We're gonna start maybe by reviewing the page. I'm sorry, it's really weird to do it in English. To just switch in English. I've been doing so much French streams and switching in English. Here it is. That's crazy insane though. I don't know if you guys realize those amount, like especially the number of backers. Wait, can I change it to English? Actually, I'm trying to change it. Change the language of the page to English, so that you guys understand what I'm reading as well. This is not just French. Wait, how do we do that? I think it's gonna be like all the way down here. Yeah. Okay. English. Great. So how are you guys doing? First of all, how are the all of you? Did you back it or not with Light and Darkness? That's also a good question. And if not, I hope I can show you the way and tell you how beautiful this game is. The number of backers we've had so far is crazy. We are like at 1,112. I just missed 1,111. I wanted all the ones, but yeah. I guess I'm gonna have to wait for all twos. So the number of backers in such a little amount of time is crazy, and we're really proud, really glad that you guys are following it. So that's great. If I want to reach out for a case cross promo, who do we contact? Oh, great. Let me write you the email. You can send an email to this address, and normally you should have a response really quickly. And we can discuss there maybe a bit more in details. Just you, mate. My English accent is a mix of a lot of things, so please don't judge me on that. It's a mix of mainly British and sometimes English, and I'm just like not being native. I'm just taking a lot of accents because I have no not one person that I can follow and just get their accent. So yeah, my English is a little weird. TTRP projects, but you never know. Sure, I mean, obviously contact us and we can definitely see what we can do. I'm interested to see also what kind of projects you do and how you discovered us, so please reach out. Okay, so this Kickstarter page. And so the Kickstarter page, I think I'm gonna go over it real quick so that we have a little video that we can then post on medias and that we can use again for people that do not know what we're doing. Basically, wait, I might even just do this. I just stop the music. Do this.
In the fragile peace of the Third Age, humans, dwarves, elves, and all live under the light. But in the ruins of the city of Magi, Entered souls gathered and awoke a new evil. Creatures of the abyss awoke, and soon enough the lands of Irun plunged into endless darkness. Driven by the Master of Shadows, monsters started a new war that threatens the balance of the world. Yet, the impending chaos, one fact remains. Every shadow exists because of the light that casts it. You hold the beacon of hope. Only you can save the world of Irun.
Irun Light and Darkness offers an unprecedented dungeon crawler experience. The Spirit of Irun accompanies up to 5 players on an interactive adventure of a new kind, propelling players into unparalleled immersion through an innovative application. Adventurers will take part in an epic battle that will change Irun's destiny forever as they tackle the source of the shadows. Write your own story by fighting the Master of Shadows, alone or with friends, controlled by the app or by a player with an evil streak. As heroes progress through the story, new and challenging dungeons will be revealed. They'll face the monsters of the Master of Shadows in daring battles, using a variety of dice and resources for spells or special abilities. They'll find weapons, equipment, magical artifacts, gold, and precious treasure. Through immersive narration, the Spirit of Irun will guide the players through their adventures like a true game master. It unveils the dungeon's rooms and their loot, randomly selected from thousands of possibilities. With a bit of luck, you might get your hand on some epic or legendary items. Events and stories will unfold as you meet characters dubbed by professional actors. Adventurers can interact with them and make crucial choices that influence the course of the quest. Choose wisely, as the story will not be the same depending on which adventurer interacts. The Spirit of Irun is also a font of knowledge. It can describe specific rules, item properties, and share details about the lore of the Irunian world. Don't forget the heroes and Master of Shadows objectives. The outcome of quests and shape the adventure. By killing monsters and completing quest objectives, heroes gain levels which increase their characteristics. Players can decide to master new equipment, spells, and powerful skills. Each adventurer, as well as the Master of Shadows, wields their own unique deck of 40 skill cards. Upon mastering the essential skills, they rise to one of their heroic classes, unlocking 3 new abilities and signature skills that can utterly reshape their in-game strategy. But beware, cooperation is key as the Master of Shadows will gain experience as well, obtaining even more powerful skills and artifacts for their monsters, and curses against heroes. To start, choose the adventurer you'll embody. Take their miniature, adventurer card, skill deck, and character sheet. Choose a name and fill in the level 1 characteristics from their adventurer card. Add the required HP and mana tokens on your sheet, and select one skill of your choice from your deck. Voila! You're all set to embark on your adventure. In the app, select your game mode. If you choose Master of Shadows mode, one player will control the monsters and face off against the adventurers. Select the adventurers in your party and choose your quest. Ready? The adventure can begin. The quest kicks off with a narrative journey where every choice you make carries weight. Your decisions in this pre-quest will significantly shape your story and set the conditions, both with rewards and penalties, for the beginning of your quest. Choose wisely, as not all choices lead to success. The Spirit of Irun reveals the first dungeon room to be placed on the board. The adventurers position themselves at the dungeon entrance, and it's their turn to play. Each adventurer can perform 2 basic actions in any order they choose. The mage moves and triggers an event. She tells the app. The mage speaks to the bard. For 5 gold, I will open the best passage for you. One of the doors is now unlocked by the bard. The mage continues her move to search the barrel. The Spirit of Irun reveals what she finds. She records her loot on the character sheet. The demon huntress moves and opens the door. The Spirit of Irun reveals the room layout and the monster within. She uses her thunder strike ability on the ghoul, dealing 2 skull damage. In the app, she inputs the inflicted damage to reveal the ghoul's defense. It's killed, and the huntress gains 4 experience points. She finishes by heading to the alchemy table to craft a potion using mana and collected substances. The monk moves and opens the ebony door. Using his Celestial Burst spell, the monk attacks multiple monsters while moving, spreading his damage. To boost, drinks mead, adding a blue combat die to his attack. Spending 1 stamina point, he activates his adrenaline skill, adding a black die. The monsters defend, and the monk successfully kills a goblin and a flame cruncher. All adventurers did their actions, then hit the end turn button. It's now the Master of Shadows' turn to play. The Goblin mounts a Devil Hound, becoming a fearsome Goblin Rider. The Devil Hound attacks the closest adventurer, the Monk. The Goblin Rider makes a ranged attack on the adventurer with the fewest surrounding monsters. If there's a tie, the closest one is targeted by default. The Demon Huntress. Each creature acts according to its own instincts and abilities. The adventurers defend in real time. The Master of Shadows also casts curses on the adventurers and activates special skills for his monsters. Once his turn is over, a new turn begins. With each new round, the Spirit of Irun triggers events influenced by players' actions. It appears that monsters have followed the adventurers inside the dungeon and now arrive at the entrance. Unleash your inner adventurer. Go solo or rally your squad for a next-level dungeon-crawling experience. Become the Legend of Irun. Embark on your quest now. The Master Pledge offers the complete Irun experience, including all its exclusive content. For those who already own the Adventure or Heroic Edition of Irun 1, the Light and Darkness expansion awaits you in the Legendary Pledge. The world of Irun needs you. Join the adventure now on Kickstarter.
Arcada Studio. Speak with your game.
Okay, so that was a little demo, really small, nothing too deep, obviously. Kidding. This is like 6 minutes long, so you should know everything about the game right now, from how it works and the contents of it, what it's inspired from, etc. So it's really mid fantasy, and this is like beautiful. Like the trailer, the 2D trailer, and note Logan's in the chat. The 2D trailer is just amazing. Like him and our animator Oral did a great job at this, and then also the 3D trailer slash explaining video is great as well. Like I just have nothing to say. Just perfect. So basically, a rune dungeon crawler with the app, which is really like its main focus and its main quality, and it can go like a long way with the app. And thanks to it, we can do like a lot of stuff that are usually seen more in video games and that we have trouble seeing in board games. And we can do both. We can also roll dice and still have characters, choices, and etc. So that's great. Fantastic video. Yeah. It's just I agree with you on both, like what you should see and what you want to see in the cinematics, but also to reassure players on what kind of gameplay this is. So yeah, it's really great. Thank you, as a Marxist. um, so answering just a few questions. Uh, thank you. Bye. I'm getting left. I'm all alone now. It's just you and me. So did you have the full new stuff at Spiel? No, we do not have all the content of the Light and Darkness expansion, like the whole content at the Spiel Essen. We had like basically what I'd say is more than half of it. In terms of printing and the miniatures, we had everything. We have everything right now. We have all the miniatures and we have all the 3D that we need. We have also like almost like all the gameplays that we need for the for both new adventures, so the monk and the huntress, and also for the monsters. So we have like a lot of things already done. What we still have left to do is obviously the new version of the app, which is kind of the thing that we cannot do step by step, or we can do step by step, but not small steps. It has to be like kind of a huge update to just add on to just move it horizontal, for example, or to just add the new version of the solo mode where the app handles the monsters. So obviously we don't have to wait until we're delivering to just do the whole app, and we can do huge updates during the year. But we think it's going to be like a year or a year and 3 month time in terms of delivery. So yeah. Can you pick up a rune campaign and create states into the expansion, or do we need to start over? Unfortunately, a lot of people wanted to take the base rune game and then move into the expansion. What we're going to do for this expansion, at the very least, is keeping the like starting a new campaign, and you have to start all over again with all your characters. You can still like merge into the base of a rune campaign. So the 3 last rune quests you will be able to play once you finish Light and Darkness. However, it's like there's nothing really for now that's saying, okay, if you're finished with the Arun quest, Arun campaign, then you can move on with the Light and Darkness campaign and its new quests. We're thinking about it though, and maybe like later on that we might do something like this. But yeah, hi Tiger Mad. We're doing an English only stream. I'm gonna say it also in French so that you guys are aware. Um, it's really gonna be short. On fait bonjour à tous les Français. On fait un live anglais uniquement aujourd'hui. J'ai fait un live français uniquement hier et on va essayer de voir un peu le format que ça prend pour avoir que des parties françaises et que des parties anglaises pour voir si ça convient mieux à tout le monde. Donc voilà, je te conseille de revenir demain. Je pense qu'on va refaire du français ou alors les deux en même temps, et puis après, on va voir un peu comment ça se passera. Merci à toi. And yeah, it's okay. It's okay, mate. Have a good day, you too. And hello, Rory the Corner. You played the first Irun spiel, and after asking a lot of questions, you wrote, oh, thanks. Well, hope that was with me. All other animators were crap. So I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm kidding. Who did you have who played as a dungeon master? Do you remember as a master of shadows? Because I'm interested to see who was able to convince you into this great game. And yeah, thankfully you joined the adventure, and here's Light and Darkness with like a lot of new stuff that's coming in. So we're gonna go over the page, the Kickstarter page, going to judge everything, gonna discuss about all of it, and if you guys have any questions, yeah, don't hesitate. So first of all, it's you know everything about Arun now and how it's played, and this is just the first thing we're saying about this is an expansion. This is not the base game. If you want the base game, you have like you need the core game with it, the Arun Adventure. If you are new to it, you need that. If you already own an Adventure Edition or Adventure and Heroic Edition, then you can only have then you can have just the expansion. So basically explaining what this is, what kind of game this is as well with the app and etc. And which pledge is for me. So we're here explaining what I just said. If you own an Adventure Edition or Heroic Edition, which is Adventure core game and Heroic expansion, then you can have only the expansion because all the rest you already have. Only the Light and Darkness expansion, which is new. And if so, that's the legendary pledge. And if you're new to Rune and you didn't know any of it, or you don't have a Rune game at home, then you can get the master pledge with the Rune core game and then the Heroic expansion and Light and Darkness expansion. So you can get the whole package, the base game and both expansions. So that's how it goes, because it might be a bit confusing to see like two different kind of rewards, like lots of different reward prices and etc. So yeah, that's the explanation of how it goes. Hi, Colleen. Not specifically an expansion question, but is there any way to go from core adventure game to a heroic edition? Yeah, so basically what you can do, really good question. I'm gonna say on this. This is a really good question. What you can do if you have only a Rune adventure and you're only interested in the heroic expansion, you can back the project with I think the minimum amount. So depending on what your currency is, it's $1 or €1. So you can just back the project and get access to the pledge manager. And there on the pledge manager, you will be able to get the heroic add-on, because we're going to do it as an add-on. So it's not the heroic expansion is not what this is about. This is about the light and darkness, but we're also offering the possibility of getting to the heroic edition. And I think that's explained way later though. So we might put just a little reminder here so that you guys also know what this is. Okay, yeah. Heroic expansion with a value of €50. It's an add-on. You can add it. For example, if people are interested in the game with having only the Adventure Edition, they can get the Legendary Pledge, and with the Kickstarter add-ons, you can right away add on the Heroic expansion with its current price. It shouldn't go up too much. I know it's like €50 or €55 usually, so we just knocked it down €5. But yeah, usually It depends mainly on what you want to get. If you want to get both expansions, then you can get both on Kickstarter. If you only want the heroic one, you can just back the project, and then accessing the pledge manager, you can add this add-on. Yeah, I'm gonna drink water because talking is exhausting. Same in French and in English. That doesn't change. That will never change. Speaking is always exhausting. Okay. I just realized I had no music. I'm sorry. I'm gonna put some music back on. Okay. Music, yeah. I love that music too. The music, the two-stitch music. Wait, where is she? I think she's somewhere. I hope she's somewhere. Okay, I know I just skipped her. Like, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to a very specific thing. I don't know if we have here. Yeah, we don't have it yet. We're gonna add it soon. I hope. Yeah, okay. This is her. Wait, let me show you. Because we have another one. It's just not great. I mean, not great. Kind of small. Here. Two-stitch, and obviously the link of this video is on YouTube, with like her singing and everything. Her music is great, and by the way, she made that like really quickly. She made the music for Light and Darkness in such a small amount of time. We were so surprised, and it's also like really good quality. So we have like nothing to say but thanks to Two-stitch. I'm also gonna link everything. I think that wouldn't be fair to her otherwise. Wait, let me get to YouTube. Wait, Arcada. This is her. I'm just gonna get the link of that. And we should, I think it's credited, she's credited in the comments or in the description of the video, so you can check her out, her video as well. Don't hesitate to go and drop a like, because her music is great, and yeah, we just all love it. But going back to the main point, which is presenting the Kickstarter page. Okay. So once you know which pledge you want, and like which pledge you should go for, whether you're new or a previous backer or previous owner of a rune, we're still going to explain the game modes in a rune and what they're made of. With two main game modes, the Master of Shadows game mode. So basically you're going to have one Master of Shadow who's going to play the monsters, playing against like 2 to 4 adventurers. So this is like really special. This is a mode with an overlord, and the app is going to be here really as an impartial and you know, guiding the combats and not really taking part in either in either camp. And she's going to be really interesting in terms of random events as well. But she's not going to play the monsters. They're going to be played by the Master of Shadows himself. Or you can also play just in solo co-op, which means you can play with one player. Just you can play alone. You're going to have to take 2 adventures, because with only 1 adventure it kind of gets hard at some point. But you can play with 2 adventures alone, or up to 4 players as well if you all want to do some co-op, and play against the app, which is going to tell you which monsters do what and etc. And after that, you have 2 small additions. They're not so small. I'm like, this is ironic. The custom quests game mode is, well, it is its name. You can make your own quests and then play them with the app. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna like try to write your own quest if you're familiar with it. If you've done like role-playing games, etc., you can write your own quest and say, okay, I want my players to play this, I want my friends to discover this, and then launching into the app with this game mode, the app is going to handle like random events, new turns, but she's never going to do the characters, the NPCs, and the storyline. You're going to do the storyline yourself as a Master of Shadows. You cannot play this mode in solo co-op because the app will not have the storyline in it. But it's still like really interesting, and I think it's one of the greatest point that we have is we encourage people to do fan-made stuff and fan-made content. If you want to do your own quest, you can. If you don't want to do your own monsters or so, you can. Really encourage that. So this is one of the other game modes, and the last game mode, which is kind of my favorite, my personal favorite, is the arena. What this is, the arena, is players are going to go into an arena. So the highest, the huge like tile that we have in the game. So it's 8 by 8 squares, I think, and it's really huge. And you're gonna have to defend and to fight against hordes of monsters, and like numerous monsters just diving in and trying to kill you. So it's you have to just survive the longest that you can. There's no winning in arena. You're always going to die and you're always going to lose in arena. But the longest you survive, the better you can have, like the better your reward, I guess. So there are really specific rewards to the arena that you do not have in the other parts of the game. So yeah, I'd suggest everyone who's finished the campaign to or who's like far away in the campaign to take a look at the arena game mode, because it's really fun. And once people get to know it, they all tell us, "Wow, this is crazy! I wish I had known this sooner. I could have gotten like this item or this item to finish off the campaign. It would have been like mighty or something like this." So yeah, those are the four game modes: Master of Shadows, Solo Co-op, Custom Quests, and Arena. So in Aruna, how do you win the game? Basically with the quests, you as like Master of Shadows and Adventures are gonna fight against each other. So they're gonna score objectives of their own, and they can win the game. The Master of Shadow can win, and the Adventurers can win. Previously, the Master of Shadows could win in terms of they've done more objectives than the Adventurers, but they couldn't just end the quest to their liking. Even if they killed like all the adventurers 5 times, the quest would end the same because the adventurers would have to do the final objective. Whereas what we're doing in Light and Darkness is a bit more like further on down the line. It's the Master of Shadows can still like just end the quest if he kills all adventurers. So if the Master of Shadows just kills all adventurers, the quest ends right here. So you're still going to see a bit of the narrative part that you should have seen if the adventurers had survived. And but it's gonna be like remembered later on if the Master of Shadows has won. So basically what this means is the Master of Shadows, if they win, they're gonna change the rest of the campaign. And the adventurers, if they win, can also change the rest of the campaign. So it's going to be a true battle between the two of them, one being Master of Shadows, the other one being the group of adventurers, and how they can win the game. But mainly it's about completing objectives and surviving or for the adventurers, or corrupting the adventurers for the Master of Shadows. And as I said, multiple endings, as in depending on who wins, is going to change the rest of the story. Yeah. There you have a small video about the unboxing. I think it should move soon, and it should get to the place where there are all the videos. I'm not going to do it on live. I know I kind of like doing it on live, but I want to show you all the whole page, and maybe we'll do it afterwards. There you have the stretch goals. We're going to come back to them, but for people who are not familiar with the Kickstarter system, when launching a Kickstarter project, you ask for an amount that you guarantee you can do the project. For us, it was like 50,000 euros, I think, and we got to this in an hour as well, which was crazy for us. So we knew we could do it, and after just an hour of the Kickstarter campaign, we knew we could do the project, and we had stretch goals that are going to arrive. So each like every dollar that we have, or every euro that we have more, is going to go into new content and going to reveal new things. So yeah, dropping because I want to talk about those later on. Okay, yeah. So this is one of the biggest thing that you have, one of the biggest parts that you have on the page, the massive pledge. What this pledge is, it's the 3 boxes of a rune that you have right now. So basically a rune core game, the heroic expansion, and the light and darkness expansion. So it's all the games of rune. You cannot get more rune stuff except for add-ons and specific things to add to your game. But if you want just the gameplay, it's all in here. It's all in this pledge. With 134 miniatures, 436 cards, and 245 tokens. So like it's just a lot of numbers, but we'll see what it's about. You know, I'm gonna turn down the music a bit. I think it's a bit loud. Okay. So in this pledge, what you have is obviously the 6 adventures with the monk, the monk and the demon huntress, which are the 2 new ones, and the 4 base ones with the wizard, the warrior, the guardian, and the archer. So you can see also their cards here, and the character sheet, so where you have everything to write down. Item suggestions, would it pick one out of all the comments, and how powerful can stuff be? For item suggestions, you guys can suggest anything that you want, anything that you like. It can be like a small item, and it can be like a legendary weapon. We might get a lot of legendary weapons because that's usually what people want in the game, and that's fine by us. We can put like 1,000 legendary weapons. Doesn't mean you're gonna get more legendary weapons. You're just gonna get like a loads of different ones when you get some. And we'll pick we'll review all of them if we can, depending on the number of weapons. You know, if there's like 20 to 30 suggestions, we're gonna look at them all. If there's like more than 200 suggestions, I can't guarantee we can do it all in one stream. So we'll see how it goes. But we'll like review the maximum amount that we can, and if we can't do it all on one stream, we'll do it on multiple stream, or we'll also do it like off stream, off live. That's for the item suggestions. Going back to the master pledge. So 6 adventures where there's 6 character cards and their character sheets, where you're gonna write everything that's going on, every item that you found, protection, weapon, and etc. 240 skill cards, so that's a lot. 120 skill cards are curious exclusive. What this means is they are heroic skill cards. So you will not get those skill cards. You should not get those skill cards elsewhere. So there's like 40 per adventurer, counting the Master of Shadows as well. So yeah, you can see the archer, the guardian, wizard, warrior, huntress, and monk as well, including their 6 card storing boxes, obviously. And then the spell cards with the wizard spells and the archer spells. So yeah, going quickly on those because like they're spells, and if you want to really get familiar with the rune content, you can watch like a ton of videos. We've also done a how to play video ourselves, so you can discover more about the spells and more about what they do. So that's why I'm going quickly here. There are 15 monk starlight spells, and the huntress with her crossbow and whip cards. So they're not spells per to say, but they're considered like spell cards-ish for us, because they're not skill and they're not something else. So for now, we're putting them in spells, because they're very specific to this character, but we'll see if we change those. But basically, you have a lot of cards very specific to one character. So those are the spells, and here you have the hero classes with the hero classes of the old adventures. So the warrior has 3 hero classes, the guardian 3, archer and wizard also have 3 of them, and the monk and the demon huntress have 2 hero classes, which we kind of revealed, I think, later on. We're gonna talk about the new hero classes after that. So all we saw before was about the adventures. And this is going to be about the Master of Shadows. Obviously, you're going to have the Master of Shadows screen, so to play, and to put in front of your stuff for you that you don't want to show the adventures. That's very Massive Darkness or decent to like edition. Thanks. that's kind of a compliment. Thank you, Kelpeso. That's really nice. So Master of Shadows with his screen. 160 cards, so like that's also counting the Shadows cards, and Scourge cards, which are really new. The Scourge cards are specific to Light and Darkness. They're gonna allow you to play whenever you want. So those cards, you draw 2 per turn, and you pick one and discard the other, and then you're gonna play those whenever you want. So that really gives you more power, and you don't when you have no monsters on the board, your turn isn't just okay, I'm rolling 2 dice to see if I have stamina, and then my turn's over. You can also play your cards whenever you want. So those are the Scourge cards. Shadows cards and Pact with the Shadows board is mainly for Pact with the Shadows, as its name. And what's going on with the Pact with the Shadows board and the Shadows cards. Whenever passing a Pact with the Shadows, you're gonna get like those cards that drain stamina from the adventure and going to the Master of Shadows, because these are really interesting. You also have the hero classes of the Master of Shadows and the skill cards of the Master of Shadows as well, with his monster cards too. So loads and loads of stuff for the Master of Shadows, for the monsters and how they're going to face the adventures, obviously. And all the new monster cards that we're going to look at right here. So all of this was about just the Master of Shadow themselves and not really like the monsters. And right here, moving on to the monsters and what they have. The Brats, Skeletons, Skeleton Archers, which are, those are all in the base game or in the Heroic expansion, so that's why I'm going quickly over them. Living Armors, Goblins, Goblin Archers, Orcs, Gargoyles, Sorceresses, I think those are witches, by the way. I'm gonna correct that maybe. Fiends, Devil Hounds, Goblin Riders, Banshee, and Patrol as well. So those are all either in the adventure game. So yeah, okay. Those are all in the adventure game. And those, PS exclusive, are all in the Heroic edition. And here, we have all the monsters from the Light and Darkness expansion. With the ghouls, the wraiths, the bone golems, the slimes, the mimics, the shadowblades knights, stone golems, flame crunchers, triple flame crunchers, which is really funny, the Gorgoroth, and the Medusa herself, with tentacles, obviously. So those will maybe like describe their gameplay later. Mainly what you can see is flame crunchers, triple flame crunchers, Gorgoroth, and Medusa, and like tentacles, are all demons for the expansion. Those are purple monsters, stone golems, shadowblade knights, and above. They're purple because it's a new type of monster. Shadow monsters, I think they are. So basically, really special monsters specific to this edition. With the mimic, the slimes, and those are undead monsters. So the ghouls, the wraiths, and the bone golems are all from the undead family, so to say, with the skeletons and so. So yeah, we kind of wanted to do more specific monsters in this edition, and I hope it can be seen that they're not typical monsters from what you'd have in a medieval fantasy setting. Sorry. So that's about the monsters in the Master Pledge. So we're still in the same pledge as I talked about earlier. So it's really a huge pledge with like 3 boxes. So obviously it's going to be huge. The furnitures, the bag and the dice themselves, the health points, stamina points, and mana points. So all those tokens that you had already in the first edition. Event tokens and NPC tokens, fairly familiar as well. The trap tokens and rune tokens, so they were in the adventure or heroic game for those. And then light and darkness tokens and slime trail tokens right here as well. as well as what's in the dungeon. Stairs, campfire, small rooms, medium rooms, and the big room. So this is the arena tile, for example, with the corridors, all in the base game, only in the adventure box. This is in the Light and Darkness expansion only, with the outside small room, outside medium room, and outside corridors that we love. And I think there's a stretch goal about 2 new corridors, so obviously we're gonna add on a bit of other rooms as well. And all of those below are of the Heroic expansion that you'll still get in this pledge, with the 3D furnitures, the 3D doors, 3D wardrobes, 3D tables, chests, barrels, and then hatch, alchemy, and shadow sources, which are in the Light and Darkness expansion because it's new, and obviously a rulebook. And if that wasn't enough to convince you of this pledge, the quests that are in the Master Pledge. There's going to be the Light and Darkness campaign, so a unique journey of so 6 quests with like a unique journey before each of those 6 quests, and they're going to be rethinked about how you can play them. You can play them multiple times if you wanted to. There won't be so much of a difference. Like you can play them multiple times and still discover new things. That's what I meant. So they're not just a quest that you can play once and then playing it again will be pointless. They're really like special quests in Light and Darkness, especially, and with like special ends, as we talked about earlier, with the Master of Shadows being able to win the quest now. So like a real guidance in how the campaign is going to go. Then you have the Erun Adventure campaign and Heroic campaign, with 10 and 8 quests. So it's a total of 24 quests that you guys can play with this pledge. So there's like a lot of time spent playing Erun, and all the stretch goals applicable on those. This is the end of the Master Pledge, which is the longest of them all. And hello to my little French friends. Salut Blackshiny, salut Slate, salut Jonas Craig. Yeah, doing a English only stream today. Sorry guys. Tomorrow we'll do French again. This pledge is the evolution of the previous one. So that's the Master Pledge, but all in. So what we said, well, just what I presented, but also the add-ons that you could have. So all the add-ons with the playmats, a runes map, dice set, token trays, and dice trays that will be to this price. So you're like, you see the price that's crossed, and you see the price that's like shown. This is to your advantage in terms of add-ons. If you want to get all of them, or like most of them, basically you should have the pledge and not just pick them one by one. So that's really the advantage of this pledge. And then the highest pledge that you can get is the Be in the Game pledge. So it's just like the Master Pledge, but all in, with all add-ons, but also with your own character in the game. So basically what this is going to be is we're going to draw the character that you want. It can be yourself, it can be a friend, it can be someone that you love, like anyone that you choose. We're going to draw them, and we're going to make them fit inside one of the quests of Light and Darkness. They're going to be dubbed by characters, they're going to be dubbed by professional actors, and players are going to encounter your character in the game. So they will choose, like you can choose if you want them to be good or bad, or like alignment that they want to have. You can choose their backstory a bit, and we're going to tweak it so that it can fit inside the game that we want. So that's the Be in the Game pledge, with also the boxes. So like really depends on what you want to get. There's also the Codex of Erun add-on that's in this pledge, which we'll talk about a bit later. This is really if you like being inside the game and having a long-lasting trace of you inside the game. So that's the Be in the Game pledge. And what's left is only for the expansions. So if you guys already know Erun, if you guys already own the adventure or heroic edition of Rune, then you can get the legendary pledge with only the expansion, which is detailed below. And I'm not going to go too much over it. It's all written right here, and you can rediscover and have new content if that's what you want. And basically, what is going to change in this new version of Rune for the people that already know is three things. First off, the new quests are going to be far more, I'd say, they're going to be far more fun to play in terms of replayability and choices. We've got a lot of feedback saying, okay, we love the choices inside the game, but we feel like we don't have enough of a choice. It's just choosing, okay, do I want to do this, or do I want to choose the book, or choose the wall, or not meaningful choices. And although it's kind of what we wanted to do because we don't want to give players too much of a control over the game, we figured out we could also do it by giving you almost full control on what you can do and what you cannot do. So this is the new quest that you'll have in the game. 6 new quests with all that kind of new gameplay. Second of all is brand new monsters and content in terms of writing your own content, fan-made, and new monsters, new gameplays for also the alchemy table or such. So doing like classic expansion, I'd say new content, using what has worked in the past and what people love, and making this into like something better. And last but not least, which I think is really like the most important one actually, the app remake. So we're gonna do a huge update on the app, moving it horizontally, making it so it can play better in the solo mode, and doing like quick actions. So you guys don't have to talk if you don't want to. You can talk and say, hey, I want to open this door, or you can just press a button and say, I want to open this door and this door. And you can do it all by voice or all by tapping buttons. So it's up to you to choose like how you play, and like everything that I said before about the app. So those three things about the quests, the new content, and the app are mainly what's going to happen in this extension, if you guys already know it. And so that's, if you want to get it, now you know what you're in for. And the last pledge is obviously the legendary all-in, because we weren't going to forget the backers that were here previously. You also can get the expansion itself and all those add-ons for reduced price, obviously. And then we have all the add-ons themselves. So with the enormous playmat of the game, the map of Rune as well, and which is going to be a map of Rune and Rune Light and Darkness. The dice tray, which is, let's say, more comfortable to use these dice with the dice sets, and the token trays to get all the tokens that you have on the board, which are also a lot handy when you're playing with multiple people. This add-on, ladies and gentlemen, is really great. The Codex of Rune is going to be about art and lore. There's going to be both the story of Rune and also the artworks that are in, kind of explaining maybe how we did this artwork or that artwork, how people kind of see, so how people inside the studio kind of see the game and see Rune in itself, the world of Rune. And we're also going to give tips on how to build your own world inside a Rune. So if you want to make RPGs about a Rune or write your own quests, you will be able to. So it's really a huge book with, I think now, if we updated it with the stretch goals, it would be like 55 pages of a lot of stuff to say. And yeah, this is a really great add-on. That's not in many pledges. It was in the early bird, so now it's only in the game. But I really advise to anyone that's interested into the world of Rune and the medieval fantasy in general. This book is like perfect. And also the heroic expansion right here. So I'm not going to go over it as well. This is not the content of the Kickstarter, but you guys can see if you already have the game, everything that's in Rune Heroic that you can get and upgrade your game. And this is also very interesting. So what we showed before it was all miniatures, right? It was all 3D and the highest quality that we can produce. We don't want to do less qualitative, of course, we still want to provide quality, but some people are simply not interested in miniatures. Some people are not interested in having like a base game at 215 euros, which I can understand, like it's up to the preferences of people. So this standy version of a rune that we're proposing to everyone, if you guys want that, if you guys want the standy version, you can vote here and say, hey, I'm interested, I'd like to buy it. And I think the price of it would be like 80 euros. So I'm sorry, I don't know how much that would be in US dollars. However, it's like really, really cheaper than the game with all the miniatures. So if you're interested in playing a rune, but you don't want to get like all those 3D elements, you can get the standy version, obviously. And you can vote right here and say that you want it. I think if we have like 100 people or more that want the Sunday version, then we can add it as a pledge, and you guys can change your pledge or back choosing this pledge. And yeah, after that, we're just going to talk about the game itself. So, Spirit of a Rune, what it can do, it can talk to you, and like say, okay, for people that have played, say, okay, this turn the monsters are going to do this. The adventurer with the fewest HP just earned a bottle of mead, for example. Or you can also read it. You can also read what she says. You can then so that's what I mean. You can listen, sorry, to the Spirit of Rune, or you can read what she says. You can also talk to the Spirit of Rune, saying, "I want to open this door," or you're going to be able to tap to touch the app and say this and that, and then you open the door. So you can really play as you wish. If you are not a big fan of talking and listening, then you can just cut everything off and just play as a basic game. Or you can use also this edition that we have compared to other games. So she's going to be your narrative companions inside the game in solo co-op, but also going to do the characters of the game. The characters that are right here. I'm skipping a lot of things. Okay, so we don't have a show off of the characters themselves, which is going to be your narrative companion in this sense of the characters are going to talk to you, and it's just not you're going to read what they're saying. You have also all the random events and things that you can choose inside the turn. The map for everyone. So before we had a dungeon map on paper, and now it's going to be the Spirit of Runes that is going to do it. The journey interlude, of course, each time you're entering a quest, Night and Darkness, choices, events, characters, a lot of things being just narrative, and there's not going to be any board handling. You're just going to play with the app itself, which is going to be really fun, I guess. We've done it like a bit on the prototype. I know that a few people have already made videos about it. They really had fun as well, so we know that it's a really good idea that we had. You can learn how to play, yes. You can like ask it, how can I do this or how can I do that? You're going to have a little video about it, or you can also just go on the full-on tutorial that's going to explain to you how a rune works and how you're going to do everything. And the interactive rulebook, obviously, so you can ask her, for example, how to attack, and she's going to show you, as it is said right here, the rule of the rulebook, a little scheme, a little drawing of what you have here, and then an example as well, so you can understand fully what it is. And it's like this for all the rules of the game. And then the loot of the rooms and the loot of everything. So when you want to search your table, you can tell it to the app, and she's going to randomly pick a choice out of the 1,000 of possibilities that there are. So obviously now the monsters are going to come alive with the solo co-op mode being redone, and they're gonna be played only by the app. So the app is going to tell you, okay, this monster does this monster does that. They move like this, they move to this adventure, and then they attack with this dice. So you don't have to think about anything. She's going to do it all for you. Shortcuts, so we talked about it. If you want to talk, you can do shortcuts. The audio journey, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of musics made for the game. The music of Tous is the first one of a long list, I hope, and you will be able to listen to all of them on the phone. And you also have the possibility to save your game, to save your board game. So you can say, I want to do this. I want to sorry, I want to pause the game. I don't want to continue the game. You can now save the game and say, okay, I can come back next day, I can come back in 2 weeks, I can come back a year later, and the app will still remember your game. You just have to set up the board game, but you can leave at any point if you want to, which is like kind of handy. I'm not gonna lie, and all the musics as well that we already talked about. Then how to play. I'm gonna skip over this part, so you're gonna learn everything that you want if you don't already know the game. We're also going to explain all the adventures, what they do. So obviously, the 4 basic adventures and the 2 new ones, where their hero classes. So we'll come back to those a bit later, when I'm not doing a overview of the page. Master of Shadows, what they do. So they're facing the adventures, of course, and what they're going to have, their levels, the Scourge deck that they have now, and the new goal that they have. Which are all going to be explained. We talked about them, Scourge cards, and also the new goal, so corrupting all the adventures. And yeah, after that, it's just reviews of the game, previews. I think there's also, yeah, the casting of the people inside the game that are going to do the characters. So French and English as well. The making of for the French one, because we know like a lot of people enjoyed it. And who we are as a studio with the presentation of everyone. So really quickly, I think we might end this stream on this. So if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate. But I think I'm gonna end it on we are and who Arcada is. Okay. Basically, who's Arcada? We're a French studio. We're really passionate about the games, and what we're doing is not just any product. We're not just making like this product or that product and selling them to you. We're really like, we want to do the games that we want to play. We're players also. We want to have good content to share with you guys. The community is really our strength, our biggest strength, and the French community that is already in place, and the English community that we hope to develop from now on. Which is why I'm doing an English only stream, and that you guys can have this moment to ask any questions that you want. We want to keep it real close to the community, and we want to do games for you, for ourselves, but also for you, for the players. We're artists before everything. Like everything that we do is artistic. There are only 2 things in the game that we are not doing. Obviously, it's professional voiceover, the dubbing of all the characters that is going to be done by professional actors, so we cannot do it better than them. And also the manufacturing of the games, which we also cannot do ourselves. The rest is all handled inside the studio. So whether it is the game design, whether it is the 3D design, the 2D designs, whether it is the translation, the development of the app, we're doing everything inside the studio, and we are listening to every feedback on everything. For example, we have people saying, "Oh yeah, this is not the right translation," and actually, it's not the wrong translation. It's the correct translation. It's just that in terms of design, it's not like that great. We will then change it with the correct team. So we're doing everything inside the studio, and we love doing that. We're all artists, kind of like. I'm just saying kind of because the developers aren't artists, and I want to suggest that. I want to really point that. But yeah, we're all artists inside the studio, and we love doing these games. And I'm going to show you kind of who is in the studio. So Quentin, the founder of the studio, our boss, he's like he's on all fronts, really. He's asking everyone how they're doing, and he's giving advice on to everyone, obviously. But his main domain is the 3D sculptures and the artistic direction. Yeah. He's basically in charge of saying this is beautiful or this is not beautiful enough. We want to do the perfect games in terms of art and also in terms of visually, musically, or everything. So he's going to be in charge of that with Raphael, that you can see right here. Um, Raphael is our graphic designer, so he's also with Quentin thinking about everything that is beautiful inside the game, and especially what's visually beautiful and what's visually good or not good enough, and also doing it himself with Aurore, that we'll see a bit later. So he's also doing all the illustrations, all the visuals that you can see on every social media and etc. He like did almost all of the Kickstarter page. So yeah, he's doing a lot of things as in graphics. Then we have Steven, which is our lead developer. He's going to plan out everything that we're doing on the dev part. So he's the one that chooses what we're doing and how we're developing it, and he's also doing all of the development that you do not see properly, so to say. It's all the backend with the database, with all the boring stuff that he's doing and that is not seen by players. But he's really choosing everything beforehand and discussing with the right people to see how we can make the best game and how we can have an app that is really interesting. Then you have Logan Checks, who's kind of in the chat, I think. Maybe he left right now. Logan is our illustrator. He did all the illustrations of the quests of Arun, and like he did those illustrations of the people, which I think are like, one, they're beautiful. Two, they correspond to the people themselves, and three, they correspond to the Arun universe. So they're just great, and he's doing this for everyone. For those of you who are participating with the Be in the Game pledge, he's going to do your illustration. So he's really talented. He also has a lot of ideas of the gameplay and etc. because he exchanged with a lot of you guys, and he did a lot of. He's drawing the maps as well. The map that you can see behind me right here is his work, and he's going to do it as well on the Lightning Darkness map. So a lot of illustrations which are just like mind blowing. Then you have me, Louis. So I'm gonna go over it real quick because I don't like talking about myself, but I'm a developer and game designer. I'm helping on a lot of subjects inside the for the games, basically, helping for the app, what we should do on the app and what we should keep for later or what we're not able to do, and also game designer in this is a good idea for gameplay. I want to do this and that, and then applying it. So thinking about really the ideas of gameplay, the ideas of for the monsters, and so on. I'm also doing the translation in English, so if you guys see anything badly translated, it's my fault. So don't hesitate to ping me on Discord or to send me a mail or something, and obviously we can talk about it, and we'll do better and better as the time passes. Then we have Damien, who's a writer and a game designer. He's doing also other like a lot of things, but on the other side of me. So he's participating in the communication and social media, doing everything that's author related or writing related. So he's going to write the codex, for example, that you saw. He's going to do all the lore and etc. and going to participate for the quests, for the creation of the quests. And on the side, he's also doing like a lot of game design. So saying this is fun to play, this is not really. How can we change this? I have this idea. Can we do this properly or not? And helping a lot on small matters as well. Aurore, that you can see here, is the person like with Logan, the person thanks to whom you have a beautiful 2D trailer, the one that you have at the beginning of the page. She animated all the drawings of Logan, and she was able to keep the idea of Logan and make it enhance it as well. make it come to life with like animation. And she also is doing a lot of illustrating and graphics. She's the one that made this overall graphic design on this specific Arcada Studio description. I think she did a great job, and she's helping a lot on clarifying some things for illustration and graphics. And you have Camille, who's doing communication and marketing. So she's also going to be. She did the Reddit Ask Me Anything last week, and she's going to participate in English as well. So you're going to see more and more of her from now on. And she's in charge also of communication on social media and marketing. So to make you understand how beautiful our products are and talk to the right people and etc. And then you have Malo, who's the front-end developer and also marketing, so working as well with Camille for marketing and who to talk to, but also front-end developer in terms of what you see in an application. So, for example, the website he remade the website, the front page of the website for Light and Darkness really quickly, which we never thought we were able to do in the studio. And he's also going to do all that you can see, so the buttons, where they're placed, and etc. He's doing the front end, so what people can see, the opposite of what Steven is doing, and really efficient. Yeah, I just it's really hard to like in English, but this team, we're doing everything that we can, and we have a lot of skills that we share. We're all listening to each other, so this is really like we want to make the best game possible. So if you guys have anything to say, just contact us. Obviously, we're here to help and to evolve ourselves and to do what we can. So yeah, that's our Arcada Studio. I think there's a question in the chat, but since we're gonna go soon, I don't know if there's like much time for you guys to answer. But what do people think? What do English people think, or at least not French people, think about French games in general? So what do you guys think? Do you guys like the French games, or is this like I don't know. I don't know what this question is about. Do you want people to think we're doing bad games? And then there's obviously all the social medias that you have. If you have a question right here, and just a few other things. So why you should back Light and Darkness, and the shipping estimates, which are estimates, but I think we did a pretty good job of this things with the both projects that we already did on Kickstarter. So you should like know everything with the Kickstarter page now. Going to go back to the top. Okay. It's been an hour and 15 minutes of live. I think we're gonna end it soon. If you guys have any questions whatsoever, don't hesitate. I don't think we're gonna do the tier list of the monsters right now. I'm gonna keep that for later on, when I have a bit more energy. Because I don't know if you guys can feel it, but it's like 8 p.m. in France right now, and I want to do it when I can best share everything with you. So, and yeah, I know what I'm gonna do. I know how I'm gonna end this. Okay. This is annoying. I'm not on the Arcada Studio like channel. So obviously, okay.
Arcada Studio, éditeur de jeux
you
de société hybride vocaux.
Whoa.
Speak with your game.
Push gone. Push gone. Did I say that right? Correct me if I said it wrong. Sorry. This. Hmm. That's not working. Yeah. Okay. Delete this. Sorry. Okay. Thanks for all the info. Thank you. Thank you. It was lovely having you guys. Okay. I'm gonna change this real quick. Thank you, folks. It was lovely doing a stream with you guys. Thank you, Boshgon, for the first time try as well. I'm gonna leave with this music on, which is really great. That I want you guys to enjoy as well. We're gonna do a new English stream soon. I don't exactly know when. English only soon. Probably next week, like that's for sure. Going to do it at a time where like other people can watch. I also want to know what's the best time to do it. So I'm going to ask a few questions on the Discord and on the Facebook page to see what's the best time for our English community to have a live stream. So we're going to prepare a bit more for next time, and we're still going to do streams like every day of the Kickstarter. If you're still here, you can join the giveaway that we have for the Be in the Game. So the giveaway that you have right here on the message pinned to the chat, you guys can join. Just put your email and your name, and at the end of the Kickstarter, we're gonna choose one of you guys to have a Be in the Game pledge, Be in the Game reward. Sorry, so not the pledge with all the boxes, just the Be in the Game, and you can participate once per live. So don't hesitate to come at every live and sign in so that you have a name added more to the list. And then we're going to pick one name from the list. So if you're here 21 times, obviously you're going to have more chances to get picked than one person that's here one time only. So thank you guys. Thank you all. It was a really lovely stream. And leaving you to this and hoping that you enjoy. Oops. Obviously had to mess this up.